some audio to play from TV that aired just a couple of days after Starrcade. So the night after the 29th on the 30th, we're going to be treated to some TV, and this is where we see Dusty get his revenge. Let's take a listen.
Up the title against Magnum TA. And speaking about champions and championships, here's a man with a championship belt. The World Television Championship belt really doesn't belong to him, Arn Anderson.
Well, Bob Caudle, I'm tired of hearing that. This is my belt. Jim Crockett Promotions is supposedly putting on some kind of tournament for something that is mine. Is that correct?
A tournament? That's right. A tournament. It will
Bob Caudle, I earned this. I've worked all my life to earn it. You, Jim Crockett, F. Lee Bailey, I don't care who, nobody's going to take what belongs to me. You understand? This is mine. It's collusion out of Jim Crockett Promotions to come get what I've earned. I earned this. Everybody out there knows it, and nobody's going to do anything about it.
Dusty Rhodes from behind. Clobber Arn Anderson with a cheer. Arn right down on the floor, and Dusty Rhodes just reaches down and picks up that belt and calmly walks away. As from behind, he turned the lights out on Arn Anderson with that chair right here while we were talking with Arn. Arn's still down on the floor now, rolling around, holding the back of his head. As he's still out, here comes.
And of course, Ole comes to check you out and see what the damage was. But boy, the crowd was ready for that, were they not?
Yeah, and you know what kind of lunatic would actually come out and hit a man from behind and take his title and just steal it and presume that it was his?
And the crowd cheers. Like, wait a minute. In this circumstance, are you not the good guy? You're just sitting there minding your own business. And he had the audacity to attack you from behind. It's bull.
He's acting like I had that coming, that it was like, you know, one of these deals. This is payback time, you know. How did he get away with that? How could that possibly stand?
We need to get the NWA president on the line. Let's take a listen to you on World Championship Wrestling that same day, November 30th, 1985. And remember, this is airing 2 days after Starrcade.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world's television title. Who is that champion?
No doubt. It's a prestigious title, David.
Yes, it is. It is one of the greatest in the world.
It is the greatest title in the world, aside only from the world television, or the world title, held by Ric Flair. But in my opinion, the world television champion is viewed by more individuals weekly than any top-rated TV show on the face of the earth, which means that applies right to me. I like to be on TV. I like to express all my views. I like to express my talent right on that superstation. Now, David Crockett, who's got the best one-loss record on this TV station?
There are several.
But I've got to be right up there with them,
yes,
right?
You are.
Okay. When was the last time Dusty Rhodes came out here and beat anybody? Long time ago, right? I have got the best one-loss record on this television station. Well, right here, as you see, besides my one-loss record, I just walked out to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and just physically took it away from him. Now, if he's a man and I took something that belonged to him and he really felt that it belonged to him, why wouldn't he get it back? That's my only question.
Look what you did. You and Tully Blanchard, you kicked the crutch out from under him, and you stole it.
Tully Blanchard just standing there.
You stole that belt.
Tully Blanchard is just standing there. I walked out and just took it.
They saw it right on the video.
I'm just more man than he is. Not only does my talent express the fact, not only does public opinion express the fact is I possessed that world television title, and possession is 99% of the law, as you well know.
Well, I tell you what, after stealing, I guess, that world television title belt many times right here on the Superstation, you had some, what you consider title defenses.
Yeah, these are title defenses. And as you see right here, a couple of individuals. Now, this is my tape. I brought this on my own because I know you would never show this. It makes you too miserable, just like anybody else, to have to watch it. But you just watch these two individuals, and this is what happens. Ask them who the world television champion is. You think they're going to say Dusty Rhodes? This is a patented move. This is called a gourd buster. It'll end anybody's afternoon. Matter of fact, it's ended a few careers, Tony Schiavone and David Crockett. Now then, that's what it looks like to be a world television champion. Right here, once again, 240-pound man, straight up in the air, dropped right flat of his noggin. What's the end result? 1, 2, 3. Now then, Now then, the most important thing, the most prestigious title, what I worked my fanny off my whole life to get, what happens? Suddenly, just as suddenly as I got it, just as suddenly as I earned it, what happened? Right here, once again. You want a slow motion picture? David Crockett, Tony Schiavone, would you like to take this man's place? Just take a good close look. Right on his nose. Beautiful. That right there is why I want to be and am the world television champion, because I like to get on worldwide television and do things exactly like that.
Wait a minute. You and the way you talk all the time, you stood up in the ring and said, and I quote, "If you want it, come get it." You kept on holding it. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, but I was wanting a man to come in and get it face to face. As you see right here, I'm talking to Bob Caudle. What is facing the back right hand of our screen? What is that, my back or is that my front?
That's your
That is my back. Okay, right out of Tony Schiavone's mouth.
And nobody's going to do anything about it. Dusty Rhodes from behind. Clobber Arn Anderson with a cheer. Arn right down on the floor. And Dusty Rhodes just reaches down and picks up that belt and calmly walks away. As from behind, he turned the lights out on Arn Anderson with that chair right here while we were talking with Arn. Arn's still down on the floor now.
Tell you what, Bob Caudle said it. He said, turn the lights out on Arn Anderson. That's exactly what Dusty Rhodes did. He got that belt back just like you challenged him to do so.
What was facing Dusty Rhodes? Was it eye-to-eye contact or was it back-to-eye contact? Which was it?
You were turned. I guess
my back was facing Dusty Rhodes. He comes in, he busts me in the head with a chair and takes my world television title and get that smirk off your face. I never had to jump a man from behind in my life. I'm man enough to walk him up, look him eye to eye and say, that's what I want, and I'm fixing to take it away from you, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the bottom line. I am the world television champion, and I'm going to have my trophy back before this is over with. You remember that, Dusty Rhodes.
And we'll be back with more about this world television title right after this.
So listen, we talked a minute ago when you're coming into the Omni at Starrcade and you're walking down and rubbing shoulders with Ole and standing across from Wahoo. What a big moment it was for you in your life as a fan. And now here you are battling for an NWA singles championship in a feud with probably the biggest star when you were growing up as a fan, Dusty Rhodes, right?
Yes. And before we go any further, that was a compelling argument. Wouldn't you say?
Tremendous. I mean, and that's what makes a good bad guy. You know, I've always felt like bad guys don't just wake up every day and say, well, I'm going to be a bad guy. They believe what they're doing is the right and just thing. So right there, you made a compelling argument that, hey, I'm not trying to cheat anybody. This guy's trying to cheat me. I'm doing fair dealing here. And yeah, it's a good argument. I like it.
Well, here's a reality. Sometimes the good guys are the bad guys and the bad guys are the good guys.
It's true.
You know, number one, David Crockett, I'm just starting to realize how argumentative he is. And Bob Caudle, how much fun it is to listen to Bob Caudle, man. He is a really, really passionate announcer and an asset to that team, I think.